Ah,
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think we're going to the seawall.
What?
well, not first.
No, not quite.
You know, Thomas was right. Let's just fight things.
Yeah, I mean that's much easier. We'll just do what he does. Maybe that'll guilt trip him to actually do something else.
I just assumed you were fucking with me, so we're just. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they aren't.
Now we're gonna go to Prince Sarsa's domain.
Okay. I guess I will save all of the wonderful, delicious material I had prepared for there for next week.
What
Which
the
is-
people?
Which is when the next session will be. Do you folks feel more comfortable about making this choice?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, since I wasn't around for the discussion.
I just hope Manaki would do as well. I mean, do you?
I'll be okay.
Oh.
Is that Manaki just being Manaki again? It's hard to tell.
You're making me feel guilty.
Don't do it, it's his trap. He does it to sheep all the
Welcome to
time.
my world.
Yeah.
It makes you feel guilty?
No. Sometimes.
Aww.
I don't hold it against you.
Yes, you
Just
do.
as much right to choose as I do, and
The
maybe
entire
maybe in
group,
another campaign we can get to see the forest of the elves.
the entire group did want to do something action-y related.
Mhm.
Which, it doesn't sound like the noble court may have too much of.
Politics, guys, come on.
As noted, I had planned to introduce some combat in this session, but wasn't gonna force it in. But don't worry, you guys will see it. You guys will probably see it next session.
We go there and the place has been sacked by elves and have to go to the court anyway.
Wouldn't that be
Wouldn't that
great?
be something?
As if the DM had planned it all along. But you guys going there first? You know, they just threw a loop and everything. And sure enough, if there is nothing else you folks want to do or say, that you already have it before evening, there will be a fluttering and flapping as birds. Now, normally crows don't get this big. But they certainly do look like crows in, you know, their appearances. It's the matter of size, though.
They solve all of our problems.
I like how they are the exact same crows that gave us the riddle in the dungeon.
Very good for recognizing that. Yes,
Geráck is very scared.
you guys would have gotten air elementals
Actually-
had you chosen to side with Aelor, but here with Hydra, you get actual bird friends.
Actually, no, Geráck is not scared because he's fearless. So that's fine.
That's right, Geráck
That's
is
true.
fearless,
I thought
not
this would
scared.
touch me more.
but Geráck has regret. There we go.
Yeah,
Not fearful.
He's not
but-
looking forward to this, but he's not scared at least.
Yes. In addition, each of you folks are given like enough potions of like, effectively like rejuvenation that you can stay awake the entire week. Because these birds apparently have been fueled with that, and they're not stopping.
Man,
Birds on
I'm gonna
drugs.
be
So, alternatively,
bored.
if you want to sleep the entire week, you're more than welcome to do so. In fact, if anyone would like to be put out, I say so. It's merely advised against, as the crows. One of them will be polite enough to inform you, as best as it can, that you know, something might happen during the trip. Can't be responsible for everything, although they'll try their best. You may want to have your wits about you, particularly because you'll be flying over the Midland Sea.
Yeah, might be for the best.
Right in the very center of the sea, you just drop.
But
Tempus will remain non-occup.
I can't really do anything though if the birds keep flying. But...
yes, it's kind of important only because there's not a whole lot of resting places for giant crows when you're going to be flying across the entire known world.
Yeah, what can I do if we actually enter combat with on the crows, like throw axes?
You might.
I have a bow.
You might have range combat. Aurelia fucking like does like crazy ninja flying shit in the air.
Oh yes.
She uses all of her move actions and
Jumps off and jumps back on there.
So could Geráck get a few extra throwing axes before we leave?
Just pick up some rocks.
Well, throwing axes, he could Sure. I'll say sure. I'm not going to complicate it. I'll just give it a sure.
Nice.
Some of the traveling druids just so happen to have a pile of throwing axes.
So let's say it has 6 then or something.
17.
17 throwing axe. No.
Let me just open my backpack of throwing axes.
Yeah. Let's say it has 6 because I can't really warrant any more than that.
I mean, if you want, I have a bow.
Tempest has
Oh.
24 daggers, so
That's elven weaponry.
Fine. I just pointing out I have a non-magical bow on me as well. Still.
I've got a crossbow if you want that.
Question would be, do you still want Priestess Aurelia to stay behind? Since your destination has changed.
I would say yes.
We have only been given 5 crows, so
Another one can appear. A 6th one did not appear because you guys didn't want
I'd
Priestess
be
Aurelia to come
fine
on.
with bringing her if you guys would. I mean, she'd be a great boon to have.
Yeah.
But it
So
would
you
need to have
certainly help
alone.
with the combat.
Yeah.
Because there is going to be combat.
Yeah, and she is quite good at what she does.
Just like nature, Teraptus is never alone. If you want Priestess Aurelia, yeah, she'll come along. Bam! There she is.
Alright.
Oh no, my crow's no longer unique.
Nope, no longer unique.
Damn it.
Its rider is.
Oh.
Aww. Just speaking the truth, no need to be flattered by that.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Geráck will not be salty anymore.
Okay. Finally,
Go
fucking
on,
elf
dude.
sees reason. with shit.
Pouting
Yeah.
little bitch.
He will smile and say that is glad that Aranas came to his senses.
Okay.
Aranas understands a little bit in the past why the dwarves ended up blowing up their own land. It's kind of.
All right. Then there is nothing else. You folks can take off. Again, I just want to know, like, is there anyone who wants to be put asleep?
No.
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 If I wasn't fearless, I probably would have. But
Maybe it'll give some good perspective on the world too.
Tempest will enjoy the ride.
So does Tempest want to be put to sleep?
No? Well, Tempest, well, you know, if you're going to make him have dreams, I mean, you
Just
know,
need to
Tempest...
Just need to get strapped in well, Tempest, so you don't like cube and fall off.
I know,
in
falls
water.
into the Midland Sea. Yep. Find me now, Dwarf King, motherfucker.
Well, he's gone.
Good news, the Dwarf King can't find you.
The crows are as accommodating as they can be, but I don't think any of you have ridden a flying mount before.
no.
I've got riding experience, not flying.
I think like giant lizard things that the drow have is the
Tempest has
closest.
been fired from a catapult, so I mean, he has flying experience, so to speak.
But thankfully, these mounts, as you'd call it, are intelligent. You know, they are, as it turns out, allies of the druids, and see themselves as doing a favor, because as it turns out, they don't want to see the world frozen over either.
Funny that.
They will, after allowing you some time to, like, try and settle your weight, the crow-carrying Geráck is, very surly.
Geráck made sure to pick the strongest looking one.
They made bets to like not get to have.
Yes, he drew the short feather. Here he is.
Oh, fuck you.
It's like, oh, I hate this. Gonna have cramps and
Fucking dwarf
jump out of
bullshit.
the sky halfway there.
Why can't I get the little thin one? God damn it. This is bullshit. The crows will all as, not really like a synchronized unit, but, all together they will rise from the ground with a great flap and flutter and take to the skies. And boy, oh my fucking shit, there are not sufficient enough handholds. Whenever they said, like, hold on to the tufts of, like, behind their backs, I mean, it really feels like that shit could just rip off any moment. The Geráck's like,
Liv, save yourself.
I'm pretty sure Tempest is dexterous enough to handle this.
Aranas would be strong enough to just grab on,
Yeah.
hold on for 10 days.
Yes,
So would Geráck, I think.
Thankfully, the writing is eased by the fact that these are intelligent creatures who are aiding you in staying balanced on them.
Yeah.
Almost
they,
falls off and just get grabbed by the claws.
as they take to the skies.
Ugh.
And, you know, the Wildwood certainly does look far less confusing as you rise up hundreds of meters into the air. Look down, you know,
All treetops.
doesn't actually look
Just-
that fucking bad down
Just see
here.
lots of trees moving around, big
Yeah,
ends.
And,
Just a bunch of circles
Is
just
that a giant
whirling
ball
about.
just eating stuff?
and begin soaring through as you head northwest towards the Fangs, and specifically the mountains beyond the Fangs, Prince Zarza's domain. You folks are free to try and talk, although it does pretty much consist of shouting. Due to the fact that the crows aren't flying that close together for maneuverability purposes, and there is, as it turns out, a great deal of wind up here. It is horrifically cold, more so because of the speed at which you're traveling. The crows themselves, as they will comment, are not used to flying for this long without resting at least a little bit either. It's normally... It's not an everyday occurrence whenever they're fed potions of rejuvenation too. And basically had a magical effect on them too. But this is so urgent that they've agreed to go along for the ride too. Despite the horrifically dangerous territory. You are guided over from the wonderful canopies of the Wildwood to the abandoned, broken countryside of the region around Newport. And looking down at the roads and seeing roving dogs and frightened, destitute refugees scrabbling to make whatever existence they can. The sun, most assuredly, does rise later and set sooner. The land is definitely colder. It's 2 days of travel. You're beyond the Wildwood. Yes, train. You've encountered the wonderful overworld train. It choo-choos majestically.
And spews
I
out a lot of
agree.
smoke, apparently.
Those damn trains, man, just full of all those wonderful toxic emissions.
This is where Tempus is from.
Yeah, exactly.
Teleport to Horizon.
Yes, so far up into the sky. It is quite beautiful. Well, it depends on your definition of beauty, I imagine. But the scene is aesthetically pleasing, in addition to being exceptionally cold. As you are up here so far, 2 days into the trek. Wonderful, perhaps 50-ish hours of constant flight. Perhaps by this point you've either gotten over your terror or have thrown up on the crow or on yourself or off the side so many times that it's basically fuck it. It's all dry heaves anyway because you're being fed by magic. Unless you really want to try and open your backpack in this situation.
Nah. Let's not.
I want to go searching for one particular. No.
In which case, you folks will have a wonderful amount of time to contemplate your lives and your existences and what the hell has become of it.
We can have an existential crisis as we fly across the sea on the back of
It's a,
Great sacrifices must be made. Great
it's a rare
sacrifices
moment
must be made.
where the sun is flaring brightly in the sky. It's a relatively cloudless day. And you're some bit over the Midland Sea. Heading, again, northwest. Strongly northwest for Prince Zarza's domain. The crows have some idea where it is. It does kind of stick out in the fangs. Especially when you're going to be flying up this high. It is, actually Aurelia who catches this, though. Off in the horizon. It's northeast of you. It's a considerable distance away, a kilometer or so, but heading quickly in your direction. It's a glimpse of... At this distance, it's hard to say, but whatever the figure it is, it's large, it's winged, and the sun is playing off it just right. That scintillating red scales are very visible, even at this distance. And there's two of them. Two large, winged, red-scaled creatures heading straight for your group of crows.
Well, if Aurelia is the first one to spot this, she will relay this information to the others in the form of shouting, essentially. And then hope for the best.
Tempus will continue discussion with his own crow, thinking, "Do you know how to dogfight?"
Crow does not. That will be where we end the session, though. This was not the exact perfect cliffhanger I had in mind. I actually thought we'd get past these, but here we are.
The better cliffhanger.
Yep.
Next session, yeah. Look forward to that. You folks can have an incremental advance, I reckon. You folks can also roll your icon relationship dice, if only because I'm interested in seeing what comes up next.
Oh god, 2 5s.
Always with the 5s.
Oh, what? 6?
Jesus. Incredible.
Nothing.
Nothing.
The Prince of Shadows has stashed a flak turret in the crow's wings.
Looks like the 3 will definitely have a strong presence next session, and Aurelia may even have a stronger presence next session, for she is the only person who got 2 icon relationship hits.
Yeah.
I don't really see how I could use it yet, though. So.
You might have some difficulty thinking of things, of course, due to the fact that where you are right now. Don't
We're
worry.
birds.
If you don't have any ideas, Grimith will take care of your problems.
Grimith, I don't have any idea where we're heading to get ideas.
Well, I suppose you've never been there officially yourself.
So, I mean, like, I'm a bit really kind of like idea of what the Prince of Shadows can do
Sure.
to help.
Sure, don't worry. Grimith gets it. Anyway, there you go. That is session 41. Ending, 4.5 hours into it, despite all of our hiccups. Hopefully that was enjoyable for you folks. I know that was another session of in-depth discussion and talking. I just didn't want to force a combat on you guys, since you were so invested in talking about what you were talking about.
I actually quite enjoyed today. I know it may have seemed that I didn't. I actually quite enjoyed it and enjoyed the roleplay opportunities that were there. That the session doesn't have to always have a bit of combat in it. It can be sessions of pure roleplay, which it has been for the last few sessions.
Yes,
me.
it has been since basically the last fight was Dual Hero.
Huh.
Yeah. I liked it as well. Apparently no one else did.
I did like it. as long as it's not talking around in circles for 5 hours straight, it's enjoyable.
I'm enjoying that my guy is just he's kind of been plummeted into this really diplomatic scenario. He's not prepared for it, so he's just being really, really short and to the point. He's not doing the whole diplomatic dance, even to an icon. He's like, "Look, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm a thief."
I did like how just casual you kind of casual chat there at the end before you just walked away.
Look, I'm really a bad person. I quite frankly, I don't have a fucking opinion one way or the other. I'm just amazed you didn't kill me.
That's exactly Tempus. It's not. Tempus was just like,
And because you didn't kill me, you're a-okay in my book.
It's like, you actually said nice things. I did not expect this.
Hopefully your encounter with an icon went all right by your standings, whether it's because you expected it or didn't expect it. Don't assume that will occur regularly, but in this particular situation, the High Druid herself beating you was it mattered to the story more than an intermediary.
Well, I wonder if we ever meet the Dwarf King, if Tempus is going to be just like, Dwarf King's like, "Tempus, my best buddy, how are you doing?" Tempus is like, "What the
It was just a prank, man. I didn't mean to put you in the Dwarven Games anyway. I really got you there.
Well, I guess you guys could go to Forge and find out.
God, no.
Or maybe the Dwarf King himself is also Forgeborn.
And
I
certainly,
will veto this idea.
and certainly,
he
although
needs spare parts.
I won't state the specifics, one possible outcome of this was you actually being sent to Forge.
What?
Oh.
I guess maybe Alo would have wanted that somehow.
Let's not go there.
Right, I won't reveal the specifics all too much, but that was actually a possible outcome on the table that I had prepared for this session.
I
prepared.
Not the Queenswood, really?
I prepared for many things,
Forge?
and one of them was not. Just go to the fucking Queenswood. that actually caught me by surprise.
That's more likely than Forge, surely.
Well, I mean, maybe because I have my head in the clouds. As I do tell people, when you referee a game, the players will always surprise you every session.
It's true.
They'll do something you won't suspect. In my particular case, it was Queenswood. Looked at the material that I had prepared for Queenswood. Didn't exist. Yes, Forge was a possibility. This was a possibility. You guys saying, fuck it, let's do one of the other things was a possibility. You know, you guys staying in the Wildwood was a possibility. Visiting with Aelor again. Talking to Ajax. I saw Manaki's comment whenever a thing was said about Ajax. It consisted of ooh or oh.
You can interpret it however you like. It was not a surprise, I can tell you that much.
Yes. As the book says, though, icon appearances will not be a regular thing. After all, the story is about you and how awesome you guys are, and not how awesome the icon is. But in this particular case, it was important for the High Druid to make a specific appearance. That way you all can be suitably impressed and terrified when the Archmage appears, or the Dwarf King appears and hugs Tempus. And then throws him into the treasury with all the other people.
Mine!
Mine!
God damn it.
That was
shit.
a wonderful idea. The mine, not your mine. Mine, yours. Mine.
That was a great joke we had 4 hours before session.
People
Yes.
won't understand it at all.
Yes, are there any questions or comments from me, or for each other, before we pack off and ride into the sunset?
Will there be a session next week?
Yes.
Then, unfortunately, I guess I'll have to be a cube for the transportation over, because I'm not going to be able to start playing until just after 10 o'clock my time. So I guess, in-game wise, I have to be transitioned into a cube.
You don't have to be.
Back.
You can just
We're
be
gonna
a...
be dying, and Grimith's not gonna allow you to come help.
It really does. Like, I'm trying, like, in game, he's trying to repress the desire to become a cube.
You know, maybe he won't be a cube.
Maybe those two large red dragons just look large because they are so far away. Maybe they're just medium dragons.
Tiny, like, we want to help you because you don't mind tiny dragons.
Maybe it's not them that's red. Maybe they are, in fact,
Just the sunlight.
It's just from the
Sunlight.
sunlight, yes.
they're actually gold,
They're actually
like
1
orange.
meter away from us.
No. It was, you know, many things were possible. This, you guys actually flying in the air successfully was an outcome, too. You guys could have been thrown into the Midland Sea.
Don't want to consider that possibility, really.
Yes.
Can crows really fight dragons? Maybe the battle crows.
Battle crow.
They, I mean, I guess anything is possible.
Could maybe outrun them.
Yes, on the water.
On? What?
I mean, one perk is that the crows do not have to rest for a while, so...
Outrun the dragons!
outmaneuver the dragons. Possibly could.
Maybe. We'll have to see. It was, I thought that we might actually do this during the session, too. Spoilers! This is how the sausage is made. That's what this works out to. No. Yes, there will be a session. At least I do have it planned next week. Fate's willing. God's, tolerant enough. I do have the material prepared. And some of it.
Well, I'll just say now, like, my character is fully set up. I've got it so the weapon attributes are underneath Tempus's guy.
Sure.
So-
I won't have him become a cube. The party will be able to make use out of him.
Yeah, so all of his magic abilities are on the right. He's got his daily, his momentum's at will, they're all there.
I think I'm the only person who understands what the rogue can do. Everyone else, especially Manaki, just thinks it's bullshit.
I haven't looked at it.
The only person whose abilities I still don't understand is Sheep's.
I know a bit about the rogue.
I have this Excel sheet if you want it.
Yeah, you told me. I'm still not interested in looking at it. You've tried showing it to me, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I know a bit about the rogue. I was tempted to build one sometimes, so I looked at all stuff.
I looked at it, I was like, no, that's complicated.
It's not that complicated.
Yes.
His sneak attack damage is, if you double click on him, it's right there. Like what his sneak attack damage bonus is.
Hopefully you folks manage to enjoy the session all the same. I do expect next session to involve that action that you craved.
It doesn't have to. Maybe these dragons just want to talk.
As noted, it is an expectation. It's not a requirement, because, as with you guys wanting to go to the Queen's Wood, anything can surprise me.
We all leap off the crows.
If it hadn't been for you, Grimith, we would have been there now.
Yes,
Just take all these spare rejuvenation potions we've been given and throw them at the dragons.
Yes, you wouldn't have been there, though. You still would have encountered the dragons at Void. And, no, spoilers, dragons. And, then 4/5 of the party would have been resentful due to the fact that you were not pursuing action.
Yeah, sorry for handing you the salt, Manaki.
Oh no, I see how it is.
I owe you a game of Crusader Kings 2, I guess.
I can't run that anymore. I don't have a computer that's strong enough.
Woohoo!
He'll owe it to you in the future. Sucker. Well, yes, that's why I asked. I just wanted to make sure that's what the party wanted, and ultimately the party sounds like didn't want that, so we've managed to get to a situation where the party actually wants to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. It's kind of what we're here to tell, your group story. Maybe you guys might still end up visiting the Queen's Wood anyway. Campaign's not over.
It's true. There's still hope, Manaki.
We've never seen Goger's homeland either. I don't think Moonwreck qualifies.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
I see no problem.
Haven't seen Tempest either.
Also, we've been in the Underdark. I mean,
Yeah, you guys also have not seen Tempus's homeland. We've not, you've not seen his origin story. Although that may have been teased as a possible reward on a few occasions.
There's many places we haven't been yet. Like Concord, I don't think we've ever really been there.
No. Everyone has in the backstory, though.
Yeah.
Literally everyone.
So we don't need to go there anymore. We've been there in spirit.
It's like Foghaven. Like,
Fuck Concord.
It's like full of gardens and burrows.
Exactly.
Stuff.
is there anything else for me or for each other?
Hope you're not actually mad, again.
I'm not mad.
Alright, good.
I mean, if I were mad, you would know it, and I
He's
would not
furious.
be mad over this.
You would not be here right now if he was mad.
I'm going to go on Reddit and ambush some random person.
Don't you do that when you're in a good mood as well?
I don't generally, but
Manaki is going to go on the Pathfinder subreddit and encourage people to min-max.
Oh.
Let me tell you how to make the best character ever.
Saying, let me tell you what the GM shouldn't do. I had a good thing going here. We were going to go to the Queen's Wood. We were going to politics some more. That fucking cunt-hole GM sabotaged the storytelling.
He asked the other players what they wanted.
But hey, you want boring stuff to happen? Then fine. He doesn't want to plan. Yeah. He just, keeps being like, "Are you sure?" Until people go with his railroad. Yeah, that works.
So much salt right now.
Because it's not as if Manaki has ever done that to people as a player.
No.
I
I remember the orcs.
I'm just messing with you guys.
Yeah, we know, Manaki. We know. Or do we? I'm not sure.
I don't know, I'm pretty insecure. Not as insecure as Sheep, but I'm pretty...
I like how I
don't
held
know.
off against his onslaught. I'm
I just
getting
don't-
used to Manaki.
Getting
I just
used to
don't
it?
know
What do you mean
Manaki
by
as
that?
well as you guys do. So.
I'm nice. I don't ever really get aggravated at these things anyway.
That's true.
He's also a troll.
That's also true.
That
No.
did sound a bit like a lie on your tone
What
voice
was,
there, but
what was that one opinion when I took here when
No.
Grimith said he couldn't be here, and there was you, and then you're like, well, Grimith, Griffin, you can come along and play, unless you got something better to do, and I'm like, whoa.
Why do people always interpret when I say stuff as me being like super cruel?
I mean, it's kind of like
It's
like
probably just a little bit of sarcasm.
Look, my barometer for that is how Sheep feels. Sheep is the kindest, gentlest person in this group, and if he feels like you're being a troll, then I'm going to trust him on this.
Sheep, do I make people feel bad?
I mean, me sometimes, but that's very easy.
Oh,
So yeah, yeah. I like you, Manaki. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing with you.
Sheep's a lovely man.
Or maybe Sheep would be, because he's too polite not to say that he doesn't want to play with you.
yeah, maybe.
It's like he
then
tells
there's
me,
Grimith.
Grimith, I like you and respect you. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. He put the dagger in my back himself. Now I'm the GM and give them the red caps.
Maybe I should just go off the internet for a while.
I mean, Manaki, your suggestion is a bit like the boy who cried wolf, in a sense. Sometimes
What?
it's that
Wow.
it's sometimes hard to tell when you're not being sarcastic.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It just so happens that all the time we play tabletops, he's just tired, and that's why it comes across as that.
Yeah, if we played around like 10 in the morning, I would be full of energy.
Yeah.
But honestly, I can tell you my whole family speaks in this way.
You see, it's
no.
funny. Like, he even said that, and I'm like, that could have been sarcastic for all I know. I would have been full of energy.
No, it's not.
No.
From like 10 to 3, I'm generally doing great.
10 to 3 is the time I sleep.
I won't lie, like, I have reverse jet lag. I've been getting up so early that I actually wake up earlier and earlier each day. It sucks. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, right awake, but also really, really tired and couldn't get back to sleep.
For me, it's just completely fucking random.
Yeah.
I can have lots of energy early in the morning or like at 4 a.m. Although I guess that's is early in the morning, but still.
I don't have a schedule either. I'm mercurial, just like a pixie.
I have cycles, but not a schedule.
I have cycles. I have fucking cycles! Is there anything else pertaining to the session, folks? Since it's easiest to do this shit when we're all actually gathered.
Let's see. So we're going back to Leon again.
Yes.
Well, you're going
This
there
time
for
we're
the...
not fucking pussing out.
You're actually going for the Orba store.
Right, but
Yeah, this time we're actually going
it's
there.
gonna be like, you guys again? Like, haven't we done this? Like,
We're
isn't
actually
this-
going there with a purpose, though. Last time we just kind of went there to find it, and then we didn't know what to do.
And
But
now
we
they're
did find it.
dragons, so we're like,
Goger's like, we fucking do what to do. We just don't do anything.
Yeah, we did.
this time no
We
one
did.
will fucking push out and we'll fucking
Oh,
go
we
in there.
will. You know.
Wouldn't it
us.
be some funny shit like we get there and then
But
it's
we
like
used
that-
all of our powers against the red dragons, guys. We have to-
Aranas is like Wildwood, like Queenswood guys.
Huh? You're like, we don't have any powers left. We might as well.
At that point, Geráck will fucking leave the party and search for his brother.
Oh, just suddenly.
You'll go back to the Wildwood. Hi, Druid. If I offered myself to you, how far would that get me?
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, I actually know who your brother is. He's in the Queenswood. What?
The fuck?
Partying there all the time.
Aranas
Great.
knew all along.
He's actually a consort of the Elf
Actually,
Queen.
what I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to test if you were a good man. And you weren't, turns out. So you're going to throw me
shit.
to the wolf. Yeah. So, you know,
You call your aunt a wolf. It's a bit...
I don't think she would take offense.
You know, like aunt,
I don't think so either.
like aunt, like nephew. I just wanted to test you.
Oh fuck.
Ah. Anything else, guys?
You should go play Town of Salem to add to yourself, Manaki.
What? I played that game with Jake, and I did amazing. I don't need to play
Which
it.
game's this?
Then I won't do as well.
People usually get very salty in that game.
Which game?
Town of Salem.
But I played the
Oh.
vigilante guy, and I shot the 3 bad guys, and everyone else didn't believe me that those were the bad guys, but I just killed them myself.
How many times
I
did you
won
play?
the game.
Oh,
I played
convenient
like
vigilante.
twice,
Alright.
but I won both of those. So
and now you're never
Don't
gonna
wanna
play
hit my
again.
stick.
I know, like
Yeah.
perfect track record. Why play anymore? Like clearly I'm good. The first time, like the second time was just to see whether that was luck, and it wasn't. I'm
So
good.
Is that the game with like the random jobs for everyone?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
like Mafia.
Yeah, like Mafia. I'm about to say that.
I have started playing lots of those games recently.
kinda
It's
fun.
pretty fun.
It's always great to learn in a social game like that which of your friends is good at lying to you.
Yeah.
I would
Text,
be
which
so
makes it
bad
much
in
more
that.
difficult.
Oh.
Like it is like sheep. I'm with
Sorry,
you.
guys, but I'm the murderer.
Like I don't like on one sense I don't like doing that to people, and on the other sense it's like really interesting in that facet. Like, wow, you're really good at fooling me. Either I'm a gullible
Wonder what
person,
else you have lied about.
and
in
like
the
You're either a gullible
you
person or you're really, really deceptive.
past.
Nobody ever believes me in games like that. Like, if they know it's me, they don't believe me. But like, yeah, we should play this game, but I know Manaki will backstab me super hard, so I'm not going to play with him. I'm like, God damn it.
My understanding is
I
that
love
Manaki does have a track record for that.
But it feels so good.
It
For
does.
you,
Great.
It does.
Yeah.
I love those kinds of games.
Yeah, right? To
Fucking awesome.
cheat everyone and then murder them in their sleep. It's great.
The one
Yep,
thing that
yep.
the one thing that I've enjoyed playing with my brother and like some of his friends is Secret Hitler.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I've seen.
Yes.
What's his
I
face?
do want to buy that actually.
What, TB?
Yeah, TB.
Same.
It is,
what's Secret Hitler?
You should check it out.
So
I'm a Republic simulator.
the principle is that there's 2 teams. There's liberals and
Fascists.
fascists, and one of the fascists is Hitler.
Essentially,
Everyone gets a secret, like
Yeah.
a card, and then nobody knows who the other people are, except the fascists. Fascists know who the other fascists are.
and
Then
they know
every
who
turn-
Hitler is, but Hitler doesn't know who the other fascists are.
Then every turn they draw
Usually.
like 3 policy cards for the president, and then he elects a chancellor who then gets 2 of them, and then you elect them. If enough liberal policies have been chosen, then the liberals win. If Hitler becomes the chancellor after like 3 fascist cards have been chosen, then the fascists win. Or
too many fascists are playing.
yeah, I mean there you go. That's
Essentially,
episode
you're
we
trying to stop the
watch.
fascists from winning.
It seems like a fun game.
But in short, though, because I have played it, I won't go into minutiae too much, but just suffice to say that it, like, say, diplomacy or, like, a game like Mafia is a trust game. where you work together and you connive and you lie and you do anything you can to get your agenda through, whatever it might be.
Yeah. The problem is you can't be too good of a liar because then no one will believe you ever again.
It happens.
Because as it turns out, people do carry those memories of like past games with them.
But
Then it doesn't matter what you say because they would still kill you.
Such as one person I know in one of our games who was essentially, like, after the first 2 games where he was both fascist, the third game, the moment the bullet came up, he was shot. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's statistically unlike. Nope. Okay, got him.
That's what you get, you son of a bitch. Like, this isn't for this game. This is payback.
And that's also not how statistics work.
Exactly.
As soon as you finish the game, it's not in the statistic anymore.
That's right. I flipped a coin 17 times.
Yeah, like even if you get like heads, 16 of those, what's the chance you get it the next time? 50%.
Yes, but getting the pass
the
of 17 in a row is rare.
probability changes, but it's still a 50% chance.
Well, the probability only changes if you say how what's the chance I get like 16 heads in a row. Compared to if you just say like every time.
I'm glad Manaki is doing this, so I don't have to.
He's probably better at it because his thing is more mathy than mine, but yeah.
Is there anything else?
His thing is more mathy.
Is there anything else pertaining to the game that maybe doesn't involve lying to each other?
People in the chat probably explain probability. Then we can all read it.
Yeah,
That'd
sure.
be good.
Tempus has never lied to his colleagues, he thinks.
Right.
Okay.
He just doesn't remember when he lies.
Alright, in that case, that's a session over, guys. Session 41. We've been talking about 13th Age for a full year now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll have a session next week where you guys will probably see some combat. You guys are probably going to head to the Prince Zarza's domain and probably try to get the Orb of Storms.
It brings us all closer together.
Yeah.
And then when you all die, because you drown in the Midland Sea, then we'll wonder what was the point of all this conversation.
Good game.
And Tempus just sinks to the bottom.
To be retrieved by the Sahagwin.
And then they'll send him to the Dwarven King.
We'll eat him for dinner.
They probably have their own designs. Their dark designs. Yeah, Tempus Patagan. Yeah, Tempus Patagan.
And like Tempus that king.
Tempus suddenly becomes a dark god.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the one unique thing, huh? It wasn't actually the clockwork thing.
That was all a ruse.
Yeah, we haven't fully explored still who created Tempus and for what purpose.
Like, go there, eat Zarza. I made you, Tempest. Like, well, that's convenient. That he
Well,
just
shit.
is the person who did that.
Well, fucking course he is. That way Leon and Tempus can be together forever.
Thank you for informing on all your friends to me for all this time.
So that's what happens when I become a cube.
Yes.
The radio signal.
Now you
You send data to Lord Saucer.
It's a modem.
Lord Saucer has invented the internet.
Dial-up modem.
Like when he says that sound, just a little like frothing comes out of the cube.
This is just a Wi-Fi box.
God. Like,
Prince Zar's just like sitting there like, Jesus, I hate how long this takes.
Can't be on the phone at the
wish
same
I was
time.
Oh.
better at it.
Download speed, 1 hour for 20 megabytes. Fuck me.
Oh,
Shit.
why did I make this better?
Damn Wizard King, why? So lazy.
Damn it.
Let's get off the phone.
Oh, Archmage Shin's been able to replicate this, but it's so bad.
Like, on the one hand, it tries to solve the communication problems. On the other hand,
Like the connection over the Midland Sea is just terrible.
like, even then, do I really want to hear about the problems of plebs?
I'm gonna go in this forum and say that the Archmage is a pleb.
Yeah, and that the High Druid is a meanie face for calling people cows.
Like Lich times.
The Lich Times. Yes.
Lichin. Lich.
Yes, Dark, I hope you appreciated your character being called a cow.
See, if you get caught,
I questioned for a second. How would I react? I looked at my sheets like,
I know.
then.
Yes. In part, I designed that because that was what she'd say as the Hydra. In part, I decided because I fucking know about your...
It's not that bad of a quirk.
There is.
Could
Only
lead to some
more.
funny moments when you actually compliment though.
Yeah,
There is some.
I mean,
There is some funny moment. It has another section to it, which is partially the reason why she was also sticking around Aranas so much, which is also compulsive eavesdropper.
Yes, there was also the fact that I had Dark roll me a normal save.
Which I rolled high on.
You you defeated the normal save, and likely won't be bothered by that for a while now.
Crown begins to shrink, like squishing her head. Say the Emperor's great.
Yes. It did not approve of the words that Jasmine was saying. She was back.
Yes, secessions might be needed. Oh.
But as I noted, Dark wasn't in on this with the group thing, but several hours before session start, I have never at any point through player choice ever given a liquid or a consequence of a 5 or an item that is in any way, shape, or form influenced player character choices. Never happened. Don't do
Never.
it. Nope. I never interfered
ever,
with
ever.
free will.
Well, influenced, I would say you have, but not forced. It's an important difference.
There is a difference, certainly.
Encouraged certain decisions, maybe.
Yeah.
Your item quirks
Pretty
that
heavily.
your item quirks that Goger conveniently forgets are supposed to encourage
didn't.
certain
I didn't
decisions.
forget them. The document vanished.
I love how you're like, I even forgot, or not forgot, I even don't have the belt one, sorry. I'm like,
Or if you have too many magic items to remember them, I can take some. I only got 2 still, so.
Now I have all the quirks. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
That's right, including the quirk from the item who killed his from the person who killed his previous player character.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably get the ring if you want to, but
I don't know what that does, but if it's something, sure.
when you're hit, an ally can make a basic attack against that enemy.
Oh. Probably give
Ring
that to
of
Aurelia,
instant
honestly.
vengeance.
Yeah.
Because it's not really good for me, because I have the highest defenses of all of us.
Highest defenses across the board.
Yeah!
I don't have terrible defenses. Aurelia has terrible defenses.
Well, actually, that's fucking...
Tempest also got it.
Actually, that's, like, Tempus has better physical defense, but beyond that...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my AC and MD are shit.
Yeah, my
Well, MD is
mental
generally,
defense is
like,
damn good, and my AC is godlike.
Mental defense is often the weaker one, in part because it relies on the medium of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, and you're like, set it all on fire.
Like, I'm probably usually only going to have one of those that matter.
Alright, I'm done talking to Eurotrash. If there's anything else that comes up, obviously the 3 is going to play a role, and Sheep, with 2 icon hits, may also play a role next session. Oh, by the way, what was up with that thing that Sheep had during the session, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't like it.
He's got a thing talking to the enemy, But Aurelia will surely ask us if it's something she needs help with.
Wait,
Maybe-
she did tell
I
the
was say
party
maybe
in
she
general.
already did.
Yeah.
Tell us, but she wasn't like, please aid me in my plight.
Well, Geráck will later, even if she doesn't want to.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I love the eternal question of like what to do about Ajax coming up even in this session after so long together. After
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
an entire full life,
He's
like real life
been
year.
He's been applied ever since we started.
Session
We can
1.
redeem him. He's not that bad.
Man, it's weird to hear Manaki say that still.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I'm playing in both teams. You can either prove me right or prove me right.
Playing the odds.
Going for hedging his bets there. All right, go do something else with your lives, whatever that might be.
No.
Leave.
We're probably talking.
You know, you can have all the arguments. I go.
Fine, fucking finally, you fucking
I
cunt
love that
darts.
reaction.
I'll just sit
No.
here and stare at the Skype chat forever.
Well,
You have fun there with that lovely
that's right.
expression.
I'm
on your
fucking,
face.
Yeah, I will.
I'm fucking done with you guys. If there's anything else, you can leave it in the group chat or send me an IM. Not that you fucking cunts ever will.
Aw, I want
So,
to play games with you,
On
Griffith.
the bird, I spent my dice.
I want to have a one-on-one with my bird.
Sure, we can do that.
So,
6
Do
hours.
you have a bird brain?
Here is the anatomy of this bird. Like,
You cut it open? What?
the recessive gene that makes some birds have teeth. Is that a thing for these crows?
I don't think Aranas has a background in that, so I'm not gonna tell you.
I can roll for it. Every question I ask.
Giant crow trainer.
Let me do an intelligence roll. Oh, I know birds.
No, you don't.
Tons of.
Oh,
How the hell do you have so much intelligence?
I'll tell you now.
no, that's
Yes,
level.
that's just level. Yeah.
Have fun.
All right.
Turns
Yeah.
out that epic tier characters just know something about bird anatomy. You know.
Oh.
Everyone does.
Maybe they are epic tier birds with a DC of 30 though.